and then put some layer pine trees or something in there. Um, I'm going to leave it mostly sky today, I think, and then come back in and just add some simple trees or something to finish it up, depending on if it comes out or not. I'm not real convinced how this is going. It didn't quite give me the look I thought it would. This is quite pretty down here, though. Worst comes to worst, we'll turn it over. We'll make that a landscape and leave this the sky. It would be the first time we did something funky. If you turned it like that, then that could be layers of rivers and mountains and things beneath us. You know, I kind of like that. I think we might do that. Then if I put a darker band across here, I think that might work better for me for this one. So let's try and get maybe some, oh, there's some nicer yellows and things right there. I can keep from getting swipers that already have blue in them. That would be nice, you know, for a change. Let's try and get some in here, even if I turn it around. Let's try and get a nicer layer on the top here of just some different colors. I probably want it to be a little bit darker of some kind. Do orange. Try and get some paint on it first of all. Can't do anything if there's no paint to work with. So then maybe up here, if that's the case, I want to darken that a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of orange. Maybe a little bit of that pink. It actually seemed to work kind of interestingly down in there. Let's do that maybe up in here. I'll just do a quick little change there. A quick little change over them, which is the top and which is the bottom. Oops. Quite so small. Isn't that funny? I'm not even sure how I'm doing that. Okay. No, I can do this tilted at this point. Let's try to bring that up to the top as well. I'm going to turn this way. I'm not sure this has anything to blow, but I'm going to try. Oh God, not really anything to blow down there. I like this idea though. You just need to figure out what's going on with it. And these look definitely like you could get by with those being mountains. And these could be like a stream sort of thing coming in there. Let's see if I got the smaller one. There's something. There's a little something there. Gotta make some things. more of a layer of mountains back here, I'm thinking. So I'm going to do a little bit more here, I think. Reshape now. I'd like this to look a little bit more like mountains back in here even. A little more in there. Like that. Turn that upside down. Oh yeah, that still has some pretty colors in there. They just weren't really coming out. Let's bring those out a little bit. Now over here, where was I? I think it were right here. That I wasn't real happy with. Try and bring that down a little more. This is really composing by the seat of our pants, isn't it? Just trying to figure out what will happen here. Alright, I think this is all kind of interesting. Right here in the foreground we need to do something a little different, I think, but what about that either? I'm going to make this more like that. It's just starting to do that funky thing, so let's not do that. Oh, shoot, that right in there. I just don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I wanted to see if we could bring a waterfall right down here. We attach it even to that. What's going on over here? Maybe put some darker, just random darker peaks in there, I'm thinking. Put more of this over here, purple. It is, isn't it? Like you're watching a murder mystery unfold. I'm just going to put some darker shapes here in front. There's very little paint here in front, and it needs more interest anyway. So we'll just start adding maybe some more stuff in there. Lid. Where did I put the lid? Right here. I'm so excited, I don't know what I'm doing. But what time is it? Oh, we still have time. We're okay. Sort of. Okay enough. And here I want to do some things come over here. And here too. Just some random stuff. Random stuff going on in there. Some pure color back in there. What color is this color, I guess? What about that color? And let's just put some random stuff in there. Oh, we watched the first Mitchell and Webb, Dan. I noticed he posted that the second one has a surprise guest star, so I'm looking forward to that. And what I want to do, I might do that after. There's something else I want to try, but let's do this first. That one needs some work in that area. I can tell there's no paint. No paint to move, which means it's not enough. Push all that icky stuff off the edge. It's a little blocky, so I'm just going to move it off. That we need to add more paint to. I can see it. Nice. I'm going to look forward to that. I don't know that I have a lot else planned for tonight, shows-wise, so. It's always hard to decide if you want to barrel through them all or, you know, sort of save them and savor each one. Thanks for letting me know about that, by the way. I mean, unless if I'd happened to see David Mitchell's post, I wouldn't have known to look for it even. So I appreciate that. I can't get this to shut off. Hang on, there we go. All right. Let's add a little bit more purple up in here. A little bit more of the darker purple, I think. A little bit more darker up here, too. I don't want my darks to start disappearing too much. Fill that in there like that. This one more is a little reshaping, I think. See if that's enough to move paint. You know, it's not as much moving as much as I thought it was going to be, I have to say. Canvas must have been quite a bit drier than I realized. Get in there, get in there. I like to create these areas where there's a little bit of light in there coming through, because when we go to put other things in there, I want to be able to see some layers so that I have some contrast to work with. If it's all just one glob of dark, it's not going to do me a whole lot of good. Okay, let's see if I want to get, I was thinking what I'd like to do, get a little bit of a waterfall here, but have it catch this color here as it comes down the line. This color, the sunset colors that are in here. It's kind of a sunset waterfall where it's hitting the lights in there. Lost the color here a little bit. Let's see if we can get it back. I've got enough colors to do that. I I'd like to have a little bit of light in there. I don't know if I can shove it in there or not, but I'd like to get a little bit like we have some light in there. I'd like to do the same thing on that side. I have my light way over here. You know, I've got to make a note to myself, though, because I started the stream and everything, picked up the white and went, oh, I was supposed to do more white. I must leave a note for myself. Let's see if we can get a little bit of white in here and maybe blow it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that does that. A little bit of white in there and it blows it up a little bit, just like when I said, let's see if it did it. A little bit more in there.